Good evening, everyone. Good to see you. We've got huzzah, everyone. Jeff Rose in the house. It's great to have James back from his adventures safely. You know, we should start a GoFundMe because the amount of fuel he would have had to use, he could have bought himself a second small house. Good to see Dom from the Netherlands in, Jimmy from Chicago.
Hi, Dom.
Paul from Mexico, Bilge from Upper Mexico. So Pom Built's in the house. We got 11 sitting in chat, guys. If you could, straight up,
Evening, Luke.
give us a like,
Aubrey.
give us a whatever. That'd be great. Just to maybe start spreading it or whatever. We get some more people that have nothing to do with their Sunday night in here.
Oh, puppy.
Spread it like a disease.
Yeah, spread it like a disease. First up, as the topic said, lest we forget was the name of tonight's episode. Now, for the Australian viewers, you all know what that means. For the American overseas viewers, you may or may not. I'm pretty sure Jimmy knows. I'm not sure if Dom knows. But everybody else in the house
What am I patting you for?
knows what's going on. Maybe in chat, you know what Anzac Day is about. It happened here yesterday here in Australia. And I'm just going to go through, the only military minds in here would be myself, James, and a stoker.
Cheap shot.
I thought it was correct.
What
Yeah, mate, I'd see somebody about that itchy eye you've got there, Bilge. Isn't that how you stokers check your temperature? Or each other's? Or is that as far as you can count? I love you, brother. Mate, besides what you did to hey Aubrey, besides what you did to make Anzac Day great for everybody else, what was your big takeaway from yesterday? What did you get up to, mate?
I had my own private little service at home,
Very good.
my own personal cauldron set up, and then I waited for the Gallipoli live stream
Oh, very good, mate.
because I have a family member buried there.
Did you rig up or what?
Say again?
Did you rig up?
I was prim and proper.
Did you put some bright and shinies on?
I don't have any bright and shinies, but I stood to.
Very good, mate. At the hoe. Very good. Yeah, I'm trying to explain like when the kids come in and all that out yesterday, but I'll get into mine later. But so a very quiet one, very respectful one. Very good, mate.
But you know, on the same note too, it's not weak to shed a tear when
Nope, not at all.
it comes to what
Yeah, it's
those
pretty
boys-
moving. Every year, mate. Have you got that little pin there? I'd just like you to hold it up to the camera and show James what a real, true warship looks like.
Oh, you mean this one?
No, the real one, the one for the men. That served on a real
I
world
think I lost
warship.
it, Mark.
Yeah,
I think I lost. Oh, well,
yeah.
hang
You
on.
better hold it up so
I've
James
got
can
this
see what a
in
real
the crack
warship is.
here.
Oh, look at that! No. Oh, look at that! That's a man's warship right there.
What the fuck are
Yeah,
you
just
talking
to
about,
shame the
there,
numbers
Jason?
of 41.
That is the
Like,
protector of all.
Sitting
I thought it was a ferry.
up there. Look at that.
Oh.
Now
Who said it's a ferry?
now that. Oh, notice how he cuts me off big really quick?
Ah,
Well, we're going to the cook.
Yeah, right.
Who
Jesus.
called the bath to the
That's
cook?
it. Oh, look at that! Look at that! He's
Who
got a
cooked
gay
the
pride
bath?
sticker there. Manly Warringah, gay pride. Yeah, next, you'll have a
Right.
Titans one on there.
You gotta go.
Jesus.
Woo,
Mate,
boy! You feel the
Real
love of
bullshit.
Anzac
Yeah,
Week.
right.
Can we have
Is
your
that a pink
face?
unicorn over
please,
there on the
on-
side?
You know what? You know what? You put so much shit on the lower decks. Maybe you should start picking on the middle decks a little more.
No, because I like James. He
That,
made
that,
good food.
that.
James cooked. James was awesome. James fed my needs.
Bloody.
He didn't attend to my loving, but yeah.
Just because we kept the dynamos turning that gave you power to play with your long cylindrical phallic objects doesn't mean
He had natural gas. He had natural gas, James did. He didn't need you. James,
What were we? What ship were you just dribbling about?
the greatest ship in the fleet.
Miami
Decommissioned,
Ferry.
not this new one. All fancy crap.
Oh, hang on. Not
The
even my
Hobart,
camera.
mate, is what you're after.
That's how great I am. There we go.
Hobart, mate. Oh no, he's wearing. Oh Jesus Christ, help me.
Hang on, just take. Oh, that's better.
That's why they won.
Oh no, you're killing me.
Yeah. So yesterday, the two kids and I and my dog Bonnie, we went to the local march in downtown Caboolture. We survived. We didn't get stabbed or run over, but we did come out of it drowned rats at the end. So did
They
the
don't
other
call
two.
it crime bulcher for nothing.
It's Scabulture, because they pick all their meth scabs.
Oh, have you heard that one? Scabulcher, because they pick all their meth scabs. My wife looks at her daughter lives there.
So yeah, so it was good. And as Jason alluded to, I'd been away for a bit on the road. I got home Thursday afternoon. So that was 23 days on the road.
Wow.
Yeah. Good trip. Long trip, tiring trip, but well worth it for what we had to go do. Tim finished 30th. He finished 30th out of 58 in the national championships.
That's bloody brilliant.
So
All right.
yeah. And then in 4 weeks' time, I think. Hang on. No, 3 weeks' time. We'll be off to Sydney for literally 3 nights. By the time we get there Friday, he'll get out on Friday the 22nd, I think it is, of May. He'll get out there and do some warm-up laps, and he'll National Series race on the Saturday, National Series round 4 on the Sunday, and then we'll leave to come home again.
Would that be at Sydney Olympic Park or?
No, out at MacArthur.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
sorry.
well, if
MacArthur
I can survive Caboolture, I'm sure, and Nowra, and Mornington Peninsula, Cerberus, I'm sure I can survive fucking Campbelltown
Yeah,
again.
Cerberus, yes. If you can get, Albatross.
So,
Albatross.
yeah. That
Pineapple.
said, if I can survive Nowra, like, it's
Yeah.
not too bad.
I still remember, like, a bit of war stories here. So I went from Watson. I asked to do the Pirates course down at Albatross, and
yep.
Oh, you
I
got
get
to
the
do
front
smoke room.
I get the boom gate there, and our mate said, "Oh, look, mate, anything you need, you just ask me. I can get you anything you need." I says, well, "What do you?" It wasn't that I was naive, but I'd never been in the drug scene. He's gone, "Mate, I can get you pot, whatever you need. You just let me know, and we'll hook you up." I'm like, "You're not supposed to be drugs in the Navy," but obviously, I was.
If you go to the kebab shop late enough, mate, you can get whatever you want for that extra 50.
I mean, HMA is Albatross Kebab Shop.
Yeah.
So what did you put your bright and shinies on?
I did. They become very wet and shiny. Or
Okay,
wet
yeah,
and
right.
cloudy. Yeah. Oh, can you hear it?
No.
Oh, it's raining now. For something different.
It's been on and off here all day, James.
Yeah. So Yeah, I put on my suit and my bits, and
Can't see it.
Tim wore my granddad, so his great grandfather's World War II medals. I couldn't specifically march with either with the kids because they go to two different high schools, so I couldn't split myself up in two. So I marched in a group of 4 because it seems that that was the more relative group for me to be in.
Awesome, mate. You're looking good.
Yeah,
You're looking healthy.
yeah. So ready for bed actually, but
Kids today, you dirty stop outs. And what
Yeah.
are you building before we? Oh no, we'll move on to that later.
yeah,
Um,
going well.
so, Jeffro, could you please? Thanks, SJ.
Oh,
Appreciate it. Big smiles. That's
Always-
it. Work the camera.
always comes as a surprise. Well, I joined the Pres yesterday down at the dawn service at down at Coffs. That's about all we do. We had big plans of going to a little village called Copmanhurst. We've got this thing where we like to go to little tiny towns and villages out west mostly, just because we thought they've got a bit more atmosphere and they're a bit more interesting. And so we had grand plans of going to a little village called Copmanhurst, which is on the route of a march from Tabulum.
I know what
Uh,
that
so the
is.
First
Keep an
World War,
elbow.
so- yeah, so, well, Copmanhurst is nowhere near there, but it's down the
My
river
bad.
from there. They're all in the Clarence. So we were going to go there. It's a pub that we stop at often when we on our way home from camping. And so we were going to go there. We had great grand plans, but then Colin had to go to the doctors yesterday afternoon. So, and as luck would have it, it was pissing down raining in the afternoon. So we thought, nah, don't like that. In the end, it turned out to be all right, apparently, but yeah, it didn't like. And yeah, and they had a contingent of light horse riding through in the march, so that would have been all right to see. But no, it looked like it was going to be pissing down, so we didn't. Anyway, so we just went to the dawn service here, and it was really huge. Seems like every year there's more and more and more people. Interesting. It's always interesting to see the little things that go wrong. Like I think the priest is going a little doddery. They repeat this little bit or that little bit. I think there was a Navy squadron there, and I think they got told to stand at ease twice in about 30 seconds, and the whole thing was all over. It was actually they had a primary school kid do the reveille in the last post, and she was really good. As soon as they said, "Oh, so and so from a primary school is going to do this," I thought, "Oh, this, see how she goes." And she turned out she was awesome. And then as we were walking away, me and Colin, I said, they didn't tell us to turn to face the east, and he said, no, they didn't. I don't know why they didn't do that. It all seemed a little odd, and I didn't really notice it at the time, but I don't know, maybe they're just getting forgetful, and we're all getting forgetful because we didn't think of it at the time either until we're walking away. But otherwise, that's literally all I did. I wore my great uncle's medals, Arthur Geary, who's got a memorial beneath the shade of the Lone Pine. I went to see his plaque in 2015, so that was an emotional moment when we went there, and so that's all we literally did. Really, we would have had a lot bigger day if we'd gone to Copmanhurst. We would have joined in everything, but just just going to dawn service. That's kind of what I do. If I'm in town, that's all I ever do. But that's good. That's kind of a bit of a traditional thing for me. Other than that, bugger all really. Big shower of rain this Savo, so I'll just have to wait and see whether it clears or not because it's golf tomorrow. Otherwise, back to you in the studio.
Young man.
Jeffro,
Yes, mate.
Geary, is that Richmond Valley area?
Where he comes from?
Because the name rings a bell. I've got a sneaky
Edmund.
suspicion.
Edmund Arthur Geary. I don't know. He's on my dad's.
When I was cleaning the memorials, I took the time to look at all surnames, and Geary ring a bell.
I don't know. I'll have to have a look. My dad's family comes from Tamworth, so I'm guessing probably there. Although I did look up once.
But,
He actually, he's got a memorial.
I'm not far from Tabulum, bro.
Yeah. Oh no, he wouldn't have. I don't know. I'd have to go back and have a look. He's actually got a memorial too at Rookwood Cemetery in Sydney.
Yep.
That I actually found.
Of course, because that was the thing. Like when the POWs used to report home, they'd say, you know, oh, this is as good as Rookwood Hotel.
Hmm.
Well, we're going to move on to young Paul. Live.
Oh,
wherever he is.
young's debatable. Sydney, Jason.
Mhm.
Yeah. I've been up since 4:30, watched the dawn service, then did what Bilge did, watched the Gallipoli one and the one from France, had a nap, and that's about it.
Very good.
And put crap on Marcus all morning.
Well, that would have just been the highlight.
All did.
Now that would have just brightened you up a bit.
Yeah, that was just, keep the mood light and upset
good.
Marcus.
I mean, well, we'll get back to that thing in the back right-hand corner of your left-hand shoulder, but we'll get there. We're going to move on to Dominique Geek. No, we're not. We're going to Jimmy.
No.
Good job.
Well, we'll go to this guy. All right, yeah. You got to acknowledge me, Jeff. What am I doing? What did I do? What was my Anzac Day? Well, I took a bike ride. Had a meal afterwards. Slept through the night and woke up about 3:45. Realized it's time to get ready for the show. Got my coffee ready in the room. Did a little work on the models, but that's for later, right? We're gonna go around what we did over the week later.
Tell me you took a moment to think of our boys, Jim.
Pardon me?
Please tell me you took a moment to think of our boys.
I remember that was going on in Australia, yes, Anzac Day, so I remembered in that way. But did I have a moment of silence or anything? No, I didn't.
It's not up the septic to do that build.
Yeah, but you remembered it was on.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I knew what the 25th meant to the people in Australia and New Zealand. So yes, I was observing them. Hey, Scott's in there. Good morning.
Thank you, Jim.
So yeah, there wasn't anything formal, but it was definitely on my mind. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. It's the least I can do.
I'm just don't mind me. I'm just moving images around the space. Sarah Jane was kind enough to email me with
yes
a couple of images there. Hey Scotty, good welcome, mate.
So what else did you do, Jim?
After we get through this and dominate, Apple sent me some great photos.
I was supposed to bring to the chat.
Yeah. Don't think we haven't talked about it, Jim.
You have been. It's one of those ears of yours haven't felt warm.
Every stream that we've run into Jim on, he's been, what was the question?
You're the one supposed to be asking questions.
Oh God, what is going on?
We're waiting for
All
you,
right,
Dom.
Dusty.
You're on, Dom.
You want to know what they're building at the moment?
Well, you don't have to let us know, Dom. I mean,
You seem to keep it a secret.
No,
are you
it's
out
not
of
a
cheese,
secret.
mate?
I'm
Are you
building,
doing your geometry homework at the moment, Dom?
I'm building an Opel Kadett World War II
He better
stuff,
dice.
1/35 scale, and make them dirty. This is a piece of wood that is in. I make that
Who's torn this off?
a little bit woody. I need weather more. On the moment, I do all the little planks. What I have, I go weather that more and more, piece by piece. This is my diorama base. This little shed coming on here, and then you have this, and then all the planks. Spare tire. I make the spare tire a little bit dirty too.
Very
coming
nice.
Coming next to the wall and everything, and then the car coming on. I have in my other box, I don't know where it is, but I have a barrow. I need to make a barrow and go make. Now we say in Dutch code, this is your roof. Your water going off, going in a little tube, and going to here, and then going in a water barrel or a drum. That's what I call scratch build. That is work in progress. Dus I go to finish this. I go weather everything, and I go looking for that little tube in the background. And I go do the front, the sides. I go make wood lines that look like nice, and I painted black. That's what they're doing now. And the rest of it is all. I cleaned my cabinet. I was not space anymore for more models. So I cleaned my cabinet. I did it in a plastic bag, smash it with a hammer, and do it in the garbage.
Okay.
Sometimes you need to clean up, you know.
It just, I mean, sounds like it met the same death of a certain tiger moth. But anyway, we won't go back to those memories.
Oh my God! Yeah, the tiger moth.
That sounds like it met at the same end.
Yeah. So I give the tip, Jeffro, buy not the tiger moth and build him not. It's a terrible kid.
I've got that. Oh, well, that'll be something to look forward to.
Yeah. I'm sorry for you. It will not work. Believe me.
That's the ICM tiger moth, isn't it, Dom?
Yeah.
Was.
I'm actually going to get the Stearman. I'm going to lay by the Stearman just because I've got a thing for biplanes at the moment.
Temperature's dropping.
Oh, well.
Oh yeah, these lovely images. Hang on, I'll just go do a bit of a spin around here.
Listen, Jason, before you say anything else.
Yep.
My wife's got to make some noise, and it might be a little noisy, only for a few moments.
Just mute your mic.
Oh, sorry, she's walked away. You'll know when it comes on.
Yeah, but if need be, just mute your mic. We won't hear it.
Yeah, I can do that, I
You'll
suppose.
be right.
These images were provided from Sarah Jane.
Wow.
Absolutely beautiful. Very, very humbling.
These are in the UK.
No, I don't think they are they, SJ? She got to pop up. Oh, you have some. I think she put some information with it. I've just got it hidden there behind those photos, and I don't want to get rid of it. But thank you very, very much. Yeah. Hang on. Let me move the email back
That's a
here.
challenge, Sarah Jane.
A picture of what I spent most of the week working on.
Let me go here. So these old pictures She dug them out. She did the World War I battlefield tour. The statue is called Cobbers at Fromelles battlefield. This is where the soldiers of Gallipoli were sent onto the Western Front. The other picture shows 2 mass graves of Anzac soldiers. They were massacred when they first attacked there, and the wall behind are the names that those who were never found. So thank you very, very much.
The unknown.
Sensational. It was a bit
Thank
to
you,
try and
sir,
remember.
Joe.
Yeah, much appreciated. Right. Well, I've still got the shirt on. Good service in the morning. No, I didn't put any bright and shinies on. But we did know, since we only moved here last year, that Anzac Day here, because the big service is in town in Gladstone, about 15, 20k away. But at about 11:30, all of a sudden the daughters come running out going, there's a marching band out the front. And I've got it on the phone. I'll download it for next week out of my phone. But yeah, full military band, marching band, followed by servicemen, ex-servicemen, followed by Army cadets, followed by Willie's Jeeps, 3 of them, I believe there were. Then there was the Cubs and the Scouts, and a couple of Ventures were in them. And then coming up the rear was a few of the really old, like the older vets that couldn't. But there was one old digger, he had his bright and shinies on, and they'd come from the golf club. It's still about a 2.5, 2k walk to get from there to where, and that's up the hill, and they'd go down a big hill, and then the next one's a bit steeper. But I took some good video of it, so I'll share that next week. I just remember my family's and mine, and I remember Bilge's, and I remember James's service. I think, my old man, he sent me a photo of when he was a younger man, and I'll try and share it. I'll do that next week anyway. But he's standing on top. This is Vietnam days. Literally standing on the top of an Iroquois. It's pretty darn cool. James had an idea. Very good.
Not while I was going.
No, mate, no. Of a diorama. So, but it'd be hard to do a diorama without like finding somebody who could 3D print my old man back in that day. I mean, his ginger hair's there just shining in the sun. So yeah, he had a bit of a decent day yesterday. And yeah, pretty solid.
My elder sister to send me a photo of one of my uncles who was a chief petty officer.
And Bill just sent me a photo here, I think.
Yes, I did. It's in Messenger.
Of the Cenotaph.
In Lismore.
Yeah, I'll have to download that.
No, it's all good, Buff. It's all good.
We can rock that on next week. So, thank you very, very much, SJ. Really appreciate it. We are going to go. I mean, it's eeny, meeny, miny, mo thing at the moment. So we're going to start with the Mouth of the South. Jimmy, what are you up to, mate? Show us what you're building. And I'm going to duck off and make a brew while you entertain the people here. You are the voice.
You're going to keep my face on big screen the whole time?
Yeah, well,
Yep.
mate, I can't be here to take it down, can I?
Oh, good Lord.
Entertain us.
Well, I've
Nice to you.
been doing much modeling, just more work on the airplane, the Key 100. I put the yellow on the leading edges, wing ID panels. And at first I was going to paint the whole thing and then paint the yellow in after it was done, and I decided to the hell with it. I'll do it first, mask it off, and then paint the green on top. I've got the bottom painted with the aluminum. I'll go back over it, obviously, to touch up the flying surfaces, which were painted this gray color. And I'm going to be using this khaki green. This is actually a British World War II armor color, but it's a nice combination of green brown, which fits this airplane. A lot of these Key 100s were painted with an olive brown upper surface, not straight Japanese Army green like most aircraft were. So I found that to be the best thing I got in my my stash. It's close enough, in other words, and that's good enough for me. So yes, this thing. Oh my God. Oh man, did I do enough in that? Oh shit! I just realized I scratched the hell out of. You can't see it, can you? No, the lighting here is terrible. I just scratched the shit out of the cowling. I gotta go back and patch that up before I start all over again. What the fuck? Anyway, all right, we'll put that back. Let's see. Been working on the Panzer IV. Been doing
Welcome to my world, Jim.
weld seam work here on the bottom. The panels fit, but there was gaps, so I decided to use styrene strip, very thin styrene strips. I lay them down in there, glue them down, and then soften them up with liquid glue, Tamiya, and then take a knife. That's a knife, and go along there and rough them up like weld seams. It's an old technique, been around a long time. Certainly nothing new. A lot of people use epoxy putty instead, thin strips of it, put it in there, and but I just stick with these old school methods. It's a little labor intensive, but it is kind of fun. It looks good under a coat of paint too. Yeah, I'm coming along slowly on this, spending more time here than on the airplane. And I got a couple other projects going on, but they're just kind of like dormant right now. I've just been spending time on this tank and the airplane, doing a little bit of work on the DAK Africa Corps figures I got. Just putting bits and pieces on them. Haven't started painting them yet. Yeah, that's been it. I mean, as far as the rest of the week, we were just talking about that earlier, and not really doing a whole lot. And my dog is becoming more and more focus of attention on my everyday life because we're still a week and a half out from his surgery, and in the meantime, we've got to move him around the house on his own. I mean, assisting him upstairs. He can go downstairs, okay, but not climbing up. And so I spent a lot of time hanging around with him, where I would probably be out doing something instead of home helping him out. He's really bummed. He's an active dog, and he's not this whole taking it easy and being on basically the injured list is not doing so well with him. So he's kind of depressed and doesn't like the idea of having to be helped around. So I go out in the backyard with him and let him hang out. And the weather's been pretty decent here lately. The question that I've kept forgetting, I thought about it while I was grabbing my cup of coffee. It was just anything from the Second World War that grabs my attention and really, gets me front and center listening or talking about it. And I recognized one of the oldest ones that I have read about since I was a kid. And I'm reading this book, James Holland.
Oh, yeah, I read that.
Hang on,
Yeah.
mate. Is there a
It's a good
Spitfire
book.
in there somewhere?
I'm sorry?
Is there any Spitfires in it?
Yes, there are, but they're not in photograph. They are in text, talking about the short
we can
range,
believe that's correct.
the short range escorts that the P-47s and Spitfires flew to meet up with the bombers over central France or wherever the range was at that time. Anyway, the point is that I was looking at that book and I realized okay, what gets me going? The air war over Europe was one of the first aspects of World War II I read about, besides the war in the Pacific. And it's one of the things that influenced me to build model airplanes, because I read all these. I read a couple accounts of it. Nothing as detailed as this. This is an excellent book, by the way. I strongly recommend you read it. James Holland is an excellent author. But it was just the air war at 20 to 30,000 feet. The airplanes, all of the actions that took place. And Big Week was one of the biggest ones. Those who don't know, it was a week in February of 1944 where many things converged at once to commence a target, which was the Luftwaffe, and to prepare for D-Day. This is in February of 1944. The idea was to attack aircraft plants across Europe, draw the Luftwaffe into combat, and just attrit, just win by attrition. And it was costly for both sides, as those who know about it. The raids cost a lot of lives on both sides, but it was all-out air war at 20,000 plus feet. And people want to say, well, those flyboys, Berlin today, London tonight, and drinks along the way. Well, I don't know. You ever seen what an airplane looks like after it's been shot up by 30 millimeter shells? The Masters of the Air, I didn't see that series, but from what I heard, they really captured very well the seconds of terror that can happen when an airplane strafed.
88.
Coke cans have more structural integrity after.
Integrity. Yeah, the old 40 cal aluminium sheet didn't stop. Well, 30 cal.
Flying Fortress was not a flying fortress. I mean, we can go into a lot of stuff. We won't. I'm just saying that this book brings me back memories of when I was a kid, and that's one of the things. The images, the photographs of the air war as it took place over Europe. That's what grabbed my attention as a young kid, and like I said, it influenced me to build model airplanes.
Maybe.
So,
very good.
I highly recommend. Again, I'll put the book up here. James Holland, Big Week. Highly recommend it. You can find it just about anywhere. So
very good, mate. Very, very good. Right, we are going to head to. Well, we know what Dom's building. Let's go to James and his perfectly manicured fingernails.
Oh, you're funny. Far from it, mate. I'm currently working on a Gripen.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Oh,
So, something different. A fuckload smaller than, say, the classic Hornet that I'd finished the other month. So as such, like, okay, the body's not complete, but hang on. As much as that's approximate as possible, you can certainly see the size difference between the F-18 and the Gripen there.
They're a pretty tiny plane.
They are. They have the same engine as the Super Hornet and Growler. So, look, it's just something to do, really. Funny that.
How do you like the model?
On the
How do you like the
24 on the
model,
floor.
James?
You know what? Surprisingly, for a Revell kit, this plastic is quite all right. There's quite minimal flash in this. I've had this kit for quite a while. It's just been sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty certain that this is I'm sure this kit was released before this actual aircraft, the D model, was released.
Mm-hmm.
So, the decal sheet's pretty basic, nothing too special on it. I may or may not use it. I guess I'll just wait and see. Yeah, so it's just what I'm gluing at the moment. Otherwise, I hadn't been at the bench for quite a while, as you would probably realise, because I wasn't present.
Right.
We're very glad you made it home safe, mate. That's the best part.
Well, I looked at it like even the wife goes, you know, need to make sure you get home safely. I'm going, oh, so you're telling me you want me to come home? And she goes, yeah. It's like, oh, not just the kids. Well, they all ended up flying home at different times, but
Really?
Yeah, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, my daughter and wife had to fly home after the first week, as my daughter had some dance competitions and my wife had to go back to work. And then when the day after Tim finished the national BMX championship on the Sunday morning, he then flew home from another town whilst I was as I started driving home. So he could get back to school on time.
Right.
So just, it's just something that luckily enough, I didn't have to rush home for work or for school, as I don't do either. But yeah, so that's what I've done to my gripping, which isn't much at the moment.
No,
I'll
it's
say this one-
minimal.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah, it's
1,
good.
2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's 7 parts.
I agree, mate. Well done. So we're going on to Paul.
Yep. Okay. Well,
And his incredible.
I've been playing with a little tank.
It doesn't look little.
A water tank? Fuel
No,
tank?
not quite.
Oh.
This one.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
looks nice. Looks very nice.
Yeah, this little one.
Is it in primer, is it?
No, that's just the plastic for the upper hull.
Really?
So are
One?
you running a weld line around that seam?
That is
No.
that is the weld line, Jason. That's where those turrets. That's where the turrets were joined.
Yeah, but is he gonna? It wouldn't have been a clean line.
Yeah, they were cast. So it would have been a seam line, not a weld line.
Okay,
Got you
cool.
there, Jason.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, because the turret for the 76 mil Sherman was the turret from the T-23 tank. So it was
So
a
they
bigger
had to mix
turret.
and match.
Yeah, bigger turret to fit the gun in. Because they did put the 76 in the standard Sherman turret, but sort of squashed people.
Whinge, whinge.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's coming along nicely. And I did get another kit on Friday. It's
That's
another
fantastic.
small one.
Yeah, the cast texture was very well done on that, Paul. Meaning what they molded on their I Love kit. They did.
Yeah, they did that nice.
Yes, they did.
And this is the next one.
Oh, that arrived. Okay,
Yeah.
very
So
nice.
that's that little one.
Sorry, good.
Oh, very good.
All right.
And there's 2 more coming. So I've gone down the 1/16th rabbit hole. So 2,200 pieces in this kit, and most of them are the tracks.
Yeah, that's
Beauty.
right. They've got a lot of parts per assembly. You're right.
Yeah.
Lovely, darling.
Where is it? That's how the tracks are held together.
Oh, double pin.
Yeah, like the real thing.
Very good.
Yeah. That's right.
Just slides in nice and easy.
You're bloody wanted with that many cracks too.
Yeah, it's supposed to have 77. I got it up to 79 a side.
Oh, really? They told you 77 links in the drawing?
Yeah. So I had to put an extra 2 in it.
Mm.
But luckily I had spares.
What's this?
It looks bloody awesome, mate. Well done.
I'm getting there with it. Quite happy with it. Then it's going to be the fun part of making it dirty.
Yeah.
Or is that the easy part?
Yes and no.
Could you really get it
Is it-
wrong?
Yeah. But then you battle damage it and blow it up.
Bloody awesome, mate. Well done.
I'm quite enjoying it.
Excellent.
But as you can see, there's nothing in it.
No, it's very empty. Hollow.
Yeah.
Well, the full interior kit would probably cost double.
Those blokes are only half the men they used to be.
Yeah. That's what happens when you're in a tank.
Wow.
Maybe the net 131.
Sorry?
Maybe the net 131.
Well, they could have. Because the decals in this kit are for a generic Sherman, so I don't know where it was or who it served with. I just know it's an M4A1 76 wet.
That would have been in Europe,
Yeah.
not North Africa. Those were
Ladies and
introduced
gentlemen, I
post-TV.
present to you a bilge rat on big screen. Oh, that itch, mate. You got dry skin. Get some moisturiser. Get down below decks. I'm sure they'll cover your face or something.
Mate, there's nothing that bearing grease can't fix.
Is that what they call it
Bearings?
down there? Is that what they
Is
call
that
it?
what you use for aftershave lotion?
No, there was a few blown conrods down there.
Oh, look, once you tear and bleed, you self-lubricate. Just get over it.
Yeah.
You can always use crazy glue too. You know.
So talk to us, young man.
All right. Okay. Sorry, guys. I asked a question of somebody earlier, and they said that my weathering was a little too light. So I'm trying to find some colours to try and pick up certain features of weathering, because long story short, there's a section of this hull that's
Maybe the critical part.
water. So I've already gone through and I've done the particular algae growth and a little bit of snot that builds up over a hull. But anyway, long story short, that's that. That's where I'm at.
Good work, mate.
And I need to do some more to it to bring it up to scratch before I move on with the hull. My week has been heavily involved in preparing for Saturday's special day. So I threw everything into it, given the family history and that. And oh, yes, okay, now come on, get your 5 seconds. You haven't had it. No, you get your 5 seconds.
Oh, puppy.
So we did that, and we got very, very high praise from the RSL about the work that us gardens to be done. We all the guys, everybody that was involved in that, they knuckled down, they got the work done, and they did it to a high quality. So yeah, the boys done well, and hopefully everybody appreciated it yesterday on the day.
I'm sure they did, mate. I'm sure they did. Well done. Congratulations.
I appreciated the work that they put in, and I
Well done,
told them
mate.
so. So
Thank you, mate.
You're
Well, we're
welcome.
going to head.
No, you're
We're
right,
gonna
mate.
hit
Go on.
We're going to head to Jeffro and his amazing Stuka.
You took me by surprise. Oh, it's not that amazing. It's coming along.
He's doing a great job,
I've
folks.
got,
Don't miss it.
I've got my usual balls up things that are going on with it. I've got my usual issues with masking tape that's bringing me to tears, but it's coming along. So this is obviously my lighting's much more shit than everybody else's. This is Ancillary G2, and so I'm trying to get out of the way of the line. So I decided I'm going to do something different, and I'm going to winter is coming, so I'm going to I've done the Splinter camo today, and it sort of went on fine. And I always had issues with masking tape ripping paint off, and it was only a minimum amount today. It was only like little bits here and there, and it wasn't a big drama. A little bit on the tail plane, a little bit here and there. And I was just taking the last bit off. I had to put one more little tiny. I missed a little bit of paint up in the nose, and taking last little bit of paint off, and fucking one little spot there, and you bastard. So I've got to do it again tomorrow. So I'll go back and do that. Yeah. So, and then I'm going
to the council, Jeffro. You do it right because you do it twice.
3 or 4 times, Bilge. And I've got an old model in there somewhere. I'll do some experimenting with. I've done sort of snow before. I've got some chipping fluid there. I'll try that on an old model, and I'll put some white paint on it. And I've got some AK winter acrylic stuff. You're supposed to be able to take it off easily, and I'll give that a go and see how that works too. But there's some awesome builds on YouTube that I've been looking at, and I thought, oh yeah, they look all right. So I'll do that. And I thought rather than I went to put the normal spattered wheels on it, and I thought no, let's make it. It's that in between time between winter and the Rasputitsa when it gets all crappy and muddy and stuff.
They often did that to keep the mud from building up in the wheels, so they would. Yep.
I tried the ones with the spats, and I thought, no, I don't like those. So I put those ones on. I thought they look pretty good. And I got to say, if there's one good thing with Stukas, it's the easiest undercarriage I ever put on. So that's sort of what I'm up to, really. So hoping that'll turn out all right. I think it will. I've sort of had I've sort of gone all right with chipping fluid. Goes all right. I'm going to use some heavy chipping fluid on this so I can just take it off. Try not to go too far, but then again, I've seen some pretty awesome builds that look pretty good with most of the white taken off and just features left, and see how we go. Oh, and Jim, just with reference to your book a while ago, I went ferreting around and I found a book that I hold in precious regard. This is a reprint of a book that was printed in about 1922. Okay. Vigilance, obviously a pen name, but it was a guy, he wrote an edition about French warbirds and British warbirds, and it's written in an old style in a way that World War I flyers were the last of the aerial knights, and it was all written in a way that was all very chivalrous and very, very sanitized, you know, like no blood and guts or anything like that. But it's just a really gentle, if that's a good enough word, way of sort of looking at. A gentleman's way of writing it. Yeah. And it's just, and it's not, obviously there's a chapter about Richthofen, but there's other German pilots. There was a German pilot in Hong Kong, and there are other ones in the Middle East and all over. And the way that they had to look after their aircraft, there might be only maybe one mechanic there with them. Otherwise, they had to borrow and steal parts to keep their aircraft going and stuff. And it was just a really good book. And it's just, I don't know how many times I've read it now, but it's just a great book. And I've tried to find the British ones and the French one, but couldn't find them anywhere. So Dad was in a book club when he got it, and I'll doubt if I'll ever see one again. But yeah, just a favourite book. And I just thought, well, since you mentioned that book, which I have actually read, that Big Week, pretty good. Yeah, I just thought I might mention that one. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Well,
Very good,
let me, Jason, do you have something to move on to? Because I had a couple of questions for Jeffro regarding his problem with the masking tape.
Yeah, I've tried scrubbing. I've scrubbed all the screws. Tamiya.
Okay.
Tamiya, and there is a very high quality masking tape that I just got from Bunnings, which is the same as Home Depot. But I take all the adhesion off it. I do all the stuff. I put it on. I put so much adhesion off it, you literally have to. It literally just peels off most of the time. But there's just always one last little bit of glue on it that just takes it off. And I've cleaned it all with. I've cleaned all the parts with, nice soapy water and everything. Doing everything you're supposed to do. But it's not as bad as it has been in the past. It's only just a little odd bit that it took off. But yeah, I don't know.
One thing I recommend is I
don't have any isopropyl alcohol.
No,
Bunnings.
I know. I'll have to get some. They didn't have any last time I was there.
Okay. Take it up
Sorry,
to the
Jim.
manager.
Yeah.
Cold.
Sorry, Jim. Back to
I
you.
was just going to say, one thing I might recommend to you, and try it again on a scrap model and see what you come up with, is with this model, what I've done is when I painted things like the flying surfaces and the white around the band, the fuselage band, before I put the masking tape over anything, I clear coat it with a lacquer clear base and give that plenty of time to dry, set up, and then move on and do everything else you were just talking about as far as preparing the surface and detackifying the tape and everything. So that's because I too have got I used to have a lot more issues with that with the damn tape scraping pulling up paint. So that's one thing I'd recommend you give a try. Don't use an acrylic based clear. Try a lacquer based clear.
Yeah,
and it will ideally protect the surface underneath from the tape possibly damaging it.
Yeah, I did do that. I did do that with the last one I did actually, and it kind of worked to an extent. For some reason, I noticed that it seems to happen a lot more with that with the underside, like with the pale blue you use on German aircraft. It seems to happen on that. If you put it over a darker paint, it seems to happen much less.
What kind of paints are you using? What kind of paints are you using?
Oh, there was a kind of paint that I was getting. I don't know. It was a guy in Queensland. He's not open anymore. I don't know what happened to him. Went to jail, I think.
Okay. I had heard rumors to the same effect. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know.
So
Obviously,
you're using lacquer paint. You're using acrylic lacquer paint. Okay.
Yeah.
It's good because you want that.
Yeah.
That's why I use Outlaw, SMS.
Yeah.
Mr. Color, AK, the paint I'm gonna paint this model with. This is their acrylic lacquer line, not the third gen stuff, the water based.
You don't use the third gen.
I use third gen for figure painting, like when I'm going to paint figures and stuff like that. But I always put a lacquer primer underneath it. Getting back to what you're saying, I'd say keep trying at it with a clear coat before you do any masking. And sounds like you're doing everything else you can to it. I'm sorry to hear that because I know how fucking frustrating that is.
Oh, especially you take it off so carefully. You take it off, and then you think, oh, you bastard.
Yep, exactly. I mean, that's what I got with this thing. That goddamn scratch on the bottom of the cowling of the T100.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't due to tape, but I mean, it's those surface damages that you got to go back and patch over.
Yeah.
And then you got to cover up with more. It's just so fucking time.
Yeah. And the trouble is, if it takes a patch off, it's so hard to disguise it.
Yeah, you got to sand it. You got to feather the edges real good, and then you got to paint it over, and hope the paint covers up part of the deficiency too. I understand. So, Sarah Jane's got an interesting suggestion. Read that last comment.
Humidity. Don't know. Seems to happen all different times of the year, so don't know.
No, just a thought.
It can cause it, but not usually.
Yeah.
No, it's very humid up here.
But what I was going to say was I'm expecting a bit more because I've still got the bottom edge mask yet because I've got to keep that on there until I finish the white.
Okay.
So because I was a bit fanatical about doing the splinter because I thought I'll see how the splinter turns out. Maybe I'll change my mind and I'll just leave it with the splinter and won't bother with the white. But I thought no bugger it. I'll keep going with the white and see how it goes. And so
go ahead, Jeff. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say when I take the white off, then I've got all that masking the blue on. I'm expecting I'll probably get a bit more, and we'll just have to wait and see how we go.
Well, I'll use this airplane as an example. All right, say I'm going to paint the bottom side. What I do is I mask the bottom of the stabilizers.
Yeah, do that.
And then I only mask the leading and trailing edges of the wings. I don't go all around because with the airbrush, you can control so much how much paint goes out that with tape covering the outside trailing and leading edge of the wing bottom, you should be able to get away with it. The fuselage, different story. You're going to have to cover that.
That's generally the worst bit.
Right. Yeah. And the other thing I could recommend is, if you look closely at German aircraft and British aircraft of the Second World War, they had a very tight sprayed edge. And to achieve that without masking, you can do that with a Post-it note. I use Post-it notes a lot on German aircraft. Because it's a very light adhesive on the stick material, and you can simply you can do it one block of paint at a time. In other words, you know that splinter pattern is laid out. It's just little sections, geometric shapes that they put in there. Well, you just go about it one at a time with whatever color you're painting over. Like you got your black, green, dark green, right? Typical German, or paint scheme. And you take the Post-it note and you just, it's not easy to do, but I wound up doing it on an ME-109 I got in my display cabinet. And you literally, like, my thumb is like, showing it, and you put that and then you spray it. And with an airbrush, again, the control we have with these double action airbrushes is you can literally keep your overspray very, very limited by how much you use. And the Post-it note, is going to give you a soft edge, and it's going to be very light adhesive. It's not going to pull the paint up. I know that. I've never had that happen with a Post-it note. So again, this be something you'd have to try out on a model, see what kind of results.
I've tried doing the thing. I've tried with the blue tack. I've tried putting blue tack. You put a line of blue tack. Yeah. With paper over that, and you can kind of get a pretty good edge with that. But there's times I've even lifted paint with blue tack.
You do the whatever they call them, the worms, the sausages, whatever it is, where you wind it in a little patch.
Yeah. It gets a bit.
I gave up on that because it's so damn labor intensive, and I was never.
Yeah.
So well, I freehand almost all my camouflage.
You want something good for Mars?
Hang on.
Go ahead, there you go. That's it. That's the stuff. But you know one thing I noticed about that, Dom? I don't know if you've experienced this too, but did you notice that stuff tends to settle and not allow there to be a slight gap along the edge you're trying to mask? In other words, it just settles right in and becomes a hard edge instead of giving you the opportunity to get a fogged edge. Have you noticed that with that putty? I do. It kind of settles in place.
Fucking hell, I cannot open them.
Did you swear?
He
He
did.
did.
Oh,
We all
come
heard
on.
it.
Look at the dust on the top of that lid too.
Shut up.
There you go. It's great stuff.
You can
Yeah.
you can use it a lot of times. And it is a little bit soft. This is what you do. You set this a little bit curved, everything falling down. You pick out a little bit. You do it on your model. And then you can paint it. And then you can use it again. You make it, you say that, you twist
Pliable.
it over, and then the paint is inside, I think. I don't know, the remove is gone. And then you can use it again.
I'll have a look for that.
Very good.
It's good stuff.
Right. Well, I've sent a few photos out of this already, but I finished this before this Tuesday's live stream. So working on the 3 main turrets. But before we get to my effort, I would like to show Athel's work. I mean,
Oh, okay.
as soon as I can find that bloody mouse again. Where are you? There we go.
Check the cat.
You got better eyes than me, Athel.
Have a look at this stuff, boys and girls.
No wonder you had to have them operated on.
Yeah.
Whoa.
How do you go for a wee in those things?
Probably a bucket in them.
Yeah, like a she-wee or something like that.
Yeah.
A tube running down your leg.
Yeah.
They're sensational work. Oh, there's the stoker of the outfit.
How big are they, Athel?
This Warhammer is 156.
Okay.
Well, they're tiny. About
Very
28 mil.
nice.
Awesome work, Athel.
Look at the dry brushing and that on that mate. Like
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a dog like that once.
that was Bandit in his younger days.
Yeah, he was going through that Tyrannosaurus Rex stage.
Yeah. Well done, Athel, mate. Thank you very much for sharing. Please give us some more of that, mate. That's brilliant work. Right, so moving back to this. Right.
I like Warhammer.
So I've sent a few photos of a few people to show them when it was finished, but so that's all 1 mil. All the way around. And we move on to the front there, those ladders there. Side on, you can see they're raised off the surface. Oh, focus your fucking thing. The life raft now I do have. I mean, the rangefinders have got their photo wedge both sides. I do have oars to go in those life rafts. Yeah, thanks. I've got some. I got some people on the side there that do it for me. It's, I go, oh, can you do this? I've got a show on the weekend, and so
He gets work
Yeah.
for the doll coming in at the weekend.
yeah, it's work for the doll. So what I'm currently working on is the other two, but none of these barrels fit properly. I've had to sand them down and align them. They don't actually fit inside here. In these locating lugs here, these things here do not fit in there properly at all, in any way, shape, or form. So there's a bit of work with those. But I'll be moving on tonight and later on. Thanks, David. Appreciate it, mate. So I've got my Tamiya epoxy putty here, blue one. I was going to use the quick type, but I thought, no, I need a bit of time to manage and muck around with it. For the bags, now how I go about this, or how I plan to go, I've done it before, but what I do is I take this, I'll lay it on the cardboard here. I'll draw a template inside each of these, in around here, and on the USS North Carolina, I think it was Yorktown as well, the actual bags sat just literally, they weren't inside the housing there, they sat on a rim around the edge and on the, hang on, without breaking anything here, so they sat on the ridges and they came out to this mark here, and there was a big ring that was clamped them down, and they, in the rest position, non-firing, the bag was flat at the top and the bulk sat under here. So what I do is I'll draw those holes out. Then I shall, what did I do with it? Move that out of the way. Oh, what did I just do with it? Good God, here it is. Right, so this is an icky, sticky, fine paintbrush or applicator or whatever. Good for oils and that sort of stuff. I've just topped the tops off in the back. It's the right diameter, the same diameter as these barrels. And once I've drawn out on that cardboard, I will then locate the barrel upright, and I will then I'll put got some cooking oil which I place around this so that the epoxy putty doesn't stick to it, and it will, once finished, just slide straight off once I've finished using my tools that I have for this job. That'll be these ones, all my sculpting tools. I've got a whole drawer of them, and just because I know SJ loves them, don't you, mate? So just so she doesn't miss out that there's not a tool of the week. There you go, SJ. That one there. A little router, trimmer for the timber, which has been cut to size, ready for the deck. Bye, so. But yeah, so I'll be routing along that front edge. I'll be recessing, and yeah, so yeah, that's all ready for that to go. I did have trouble finding my router bit, so that's a bit shit, but anyway, I'll find them, no doubt. So that's what I've been up to with that. Not much work, anything, pretty much on anything else. Weather's not too bad here. A bit of rain around, but nothing really to speak of. And well, that's about it for me. That's short and sweet. And yeah, everybody, have at it. Thanks, guys, for joining in the chat. Yeah, have at it.
Have at what?
Have at whatever you want to have at. Oh, Jeffro.
What? Oh. Yeah, okay.
So this is 64%. I have found that it's really good because it's not overpowering and you're not going to melt your parts.
Yeah, okay. They've got some. There's some. Yeah, I think that's the stuff I've seen at Bunnings. Paul, have you got to cut that down?
Hang on.
He's not listening.
He's on mute.
No, I haven't had to cut it down, but if you're worried, just water it down a little bit.
Yeah, yeah,
And because it's a spray bottle, it doesn't pump out that much.
It's paid out tomorrow, so I'll be out spending money at Bunnings tomorrow, so I'll have another look. I
Yeah.
haven't had it lately. Oh, here's something. I had something arrive last week. It's been floating around in the ether since about the 70s, I think, judging by the state of the box. It's
Worth it.
Oh, good Lord. Good Lord.
340.
Classic airframe.
Oh wow!
Yeah. It's what we call a classic.
Yeah. Loosely using that term.
So who made that one?
Possible.
Classic airframes.
Oh, okay.
It's got a really good resin set in it.
Oh yeah, they give you
the
all kinds
seat
of
in
bells and
it, seat in
whistles.
it's really good. It's got that it's a pretty shit instrument panel, but the seat in it's really good.
Well, all I know is that building it, I've heard classic airframes are a real challenge. So that's
Dunno.
if you want it, you got it.
See how we go.
Yeah.
The rockets are totally shit. In fact, there's only one tail fin out of 8 rockets, and they're just crap. So I think I'll be installing long range air tanks and long range fuel tanks instead of rockets, because the rockets are really crap. And the decals are the older ones. I think there's an aftermarket, more up to date one floating around out there somewhere. So I might get that and get it one of these days. The reason I got that is because it was one of the very, very first models I ever made. And as I was telling Jason the other day, that when in my town, when you built models when I was 12, you had to get whatever sort of paint you could get.
Right.
It could be gloss, it could be not even vaguely close to what it was supposed to be, but I just got whatever I could get. No prior training, just do your best, basically. And I don't know why I got that. I think I had a choice. I'm sure there was a Spitfire in the shop, but for some reason I just seemed to like the look of that. I don't know why. Yeah, so
The two propellers got you.
yeah. So yeah, and for some reason I seem to have this thing now. I feel like I have to build all the kits that I made when I was a kid, and do a better job than I made of them when I was a kid.
Okay.
So yeah, now this one's
kind of a redemption tour.
possibly
Yeah.
so. Yeah, I think the one I got before was a Frog, probably.
What scale is the classic airframes kit?
48. I always get 148, and that's just like a 4-engine bomber or something. I always get 148.
Yeah.
In fact, I bought it. I bought another 148 thing that's coming. I don't know why. Never had an urge to get one. In fact, I didn't even know these things existed, but one of them came up. 148 Merit, MERIT is the brand. Elco PT boat.
Oh,
That's a pretty good
Of,
size model. 48.
2014.
it's a fairly
build,
modern one too.
Fairly what, sorry?
Fairly modern kit.
Well, apparently, according to, I read some reviews, apparently it's a exact copy of the 135th Italeri, which has its own problems apparently, and this one's exactly the same. Basically, it's just a smaller.
Larry. That's the first problem.
Yeah, well, it's just a smaller size apparently. But look, I like PT boats.
Yeah.
So-
Well, there's a great variety. You can get German speedboats.
Schnellboot. I don't think I haven't thought about a Schnellboot before.
Yeah, and they're the British. I know that Airfix
Yeah.
released. Isn't that in their classic their vintage classic range now, the
Yeah.
small scale British speedboat?
I read a thing. Actually, the Elco was actually modelled on a British
The
MTB.
MTB.
Yeah,
Probably was. Yep.
yeah. No, it's just something different.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
I don't know. Aha. Okay, I see. All right. My oh my. There are so many little parts on this model. I suppose I should get busy putting some of them on now instead of waiting until I'm done with the kit and then realize I got thousands to put on and I can't reach some of them.
Nah.
Oh dear. Yeah. Okay. So, Jason, have you been in touch with the gentleman you're building the model for? Has he been?
Oh no, he's just he's been watching the Tuesday night streams.
Okay.
Yeah, just keeping an eye on them.
Making sure he gets his money's worth.
Well, obviously, I mean, good idea that. No, I've like I'll send him update photos and stuff. So, it gives him a rough idea of what's going on in the world. So,
Yes, sir.
he's quite impressed with the work being done so far. So, some of us are, I don't know, easily led. I don't know. But yeah, no, I'm very proud of the work I've done so far, and yeah. Yep. Yeah. Well done, SJ. What was Jim's question?
It's a secret.
He spent the whole week wondering what the question was, and the question was for him to make a question, but
All
we
right.
don't want to confuse our senior citizen here.
I deserve that. Let's see. Okay, well, as I said, James Holland's big week. Subject: air war over Europe, 1939 to 1945.
Right, yeah, that leaves a lot, Jimmy.
Only
What
5
particular
years.
part?
6 years.
What
Yeah.
aspect of the Second World War gets your attention and interest going when you hear it mentioned or mull it over in your mind when you're thinking about something or watching a war movie or a documentary or something like that? What part of the Second World War, whether it be campaign, battle, or geopolitical, political moment, what is it that gets your mind, aroused?
Stimulates your
Yes.
thoughts.
There you go. Thank you, Jason.
What gets your juices flowing?
There you go. That's the best I can come up with.
What puts a
arouses
fire in
you?
your trousers?
That's right.
Well, I don't know. Last time I did that, I had to put it out with cold water. But I haven't
No,
felt
that-
fire in my trousers in a long time, so that's
The last time that happened, Jimmy said, "Can I get some ice over here?"
But anyway, there you go. That's it.
What you think?
What do you
Done
got?
with it?
What are we thinking? Hang on, mate. Let me go big
Nice.
screen for you.
Oh, that's looking good, Don.
Yeah,
Very
nice.
good.
You're good at painting wood.
Yeah,
Need to get in there with a what?
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to more weather it. It's a little not finished. And the front, the spare tire to the wall. and on this side did a couple grass things too. Yeah, and now I need to do the rest. The car need on. I check who to do that. Where I want that car. Think a little bit more this way. And then
Greatest movie ever made. Yesterday,
little bit-
greatest.
make a little bit more mud
There you
around
go.
the car.
Oops. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, Sarah Jane. You got the ball rolling. Good.
What is the greatest movie ever made?
I
Yeah.
thought Debbie Does Dallas was.
Oh, I'm not quite sure that was inspiring war.
I think. Well, you don't know.
There was a battle in that you might have taken on with a one-armed trouser snake, but
All right. I've got a few different things. I've got an interest in. Don't know why I've got an interest in Guadalcanal, but I kind of got an interest in Guadalcanal. Midway, for some reason or other, got a few books on that. I've probably got more books on the bombing campaign over Germany. I've got many books on Bomber Command. But having said that, I think probably my main interest is anything to do with Normandy.
Really? Okay.
British sector, American sector, anything. Anything about, I've been there twice.
Don't forget the
done-
Canadians. Don't forget.
Oh,
the
Canadian. Well, I did my mate and I did a 2-day American sector tour. The first time we went there, and the second time, Kath and I went to the British sector encompassing the Canadians.
Yeah.
And yeah, just anything about Normandy, I just find is interesting.
Yeah.
Normandy.
Yeah. The Normandy.
Yeah, that's probably about it.
Well, I'm actually in 1000% agreement with SJ. I only watched the Battle of Britain Wednesday again.
The music is love it.
I actually got an old album which has
Yeah.
all the war stuff. So
Yep. I know the one you're talking about.
Jason, can you pick me up on the big screen to normal screen?
hang on, mate. Hang on.
I want to know what that syringe is for.
It's better.
Looks a bit
That's for
dodgy.
getting the little bits of dust up.
Do you really want to know?
Okay, well, we're done. For what it's worth. 2 more pieces.
I need to grab my shit.
Okay, so SJ has the Battle of Britain as her the thing. Jeff Rowe has Guadalcanal amongst others, but that's the one he
Principally
chose.
Normandy.
And okay, next.
The mosquito raid on the Gestapo prison.
Okay,
That
I
was
don't know what
pretty
you're talking
cool.
about. Yep.
That was a pretty cool one.
That was another operation that couldn't be done. There was too much risk. It couldn't be done.
But they did it anyway.
Mosquitoes haven't flown that low and that fast ever. It can't happen.
Look, just because they were bringing back foliage from Europe every time they flew low.
Yeah. Yep. Well, they did get the job done doing it.
Yes. With minimal casualties.
That's right. Yeah, their biggest concern was killing the prisoners, or
Yeah.
killing the
Yeah,
guys.
some did die in the raid, but that was
Yes.
that was to be expected because of
Yeah,
the impossibility to make it totally precision.
No, that's right. That's right.
But as you
300
said,
miles an
James,
hour
they,
and dumb bombs.
Yeah, right, of course, yeah.
There's-
It's still a remarkable of work.
There's a book specifically about that raid, Paul, simply called Mosquito by Roland White, Rowland. I listened to it as
Yes.
an audio book a few months ago. It's really good.
I have it.
Yep.
I have a lot of books on mosquitoes. I think it was a de Havilland thing.
Yeah, I've got a couple of things too.
I
But
have
that
him
one specifically
doing my
about that raid.
apprenticeship
So,
there.
yeah.
And the fact that when we built the mosquitoes here, they didn't work.
Now that was due to the humidity. Maybe not
Well,
masking
because
tape
the
so much as mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't stay stuck together very well.
Yeah. Which was probably kind of embarrassing, really.
Yeah. Why are the wings falling off?
Not enough glue.
I didn't use any sticking.
The glue was just wrong for the environment.
Yeah.
Right.
I bet you the pilots were not happy about the environment either.
They weren't impressed. Especially having to explain to their boss why they were walking back without an aeroplane.
I would have been just impressed when I got back.
Could have called RACQ.
Well, they did to sweep them up.
What about you, Paul?
Yeah,
James, sorry.
Well, I have a couple of bits, and maybe the primary one for me is the Pacific War around Guadalcanal, the rest of the Solomon Islands, Bougainville, and New Guinea, because I've spent time around there when I was on board the landing craft, the Brunei, HMAS Brunei. So I didn't get to go to Yamamoto's actual place of death because we couldn't get a car. But if we had got the car, we would have been able to go. So I was chomping at the bit for that. Unfortunately, didn't quite make it. So that was near the town of Boona, or the village of Boona in Bougainville.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so that was one trip I did. And then in the Solomon Islands, I did 3 trips there, and we everywhere we got sent to was like exactly where the guys were sent during the battle. It was just so surreal because you could sense exactly what they would have been sensing and feeling that morning or that night. I've forgotten the name of the specific area. It's off Gizo Island, and there was one particular day, the most American and Japanese aircraft were shot down off the coast of Gizo Island than the whole rest of the war put together just in one day. And when we were there in 2003 and 4, they were still finding undocumented aircraft wrecks with pilots still in them. Because there was thousands of aircraft that went down on this particular day. We did a Japanese tunnel tour. Now that was eye-opening not just because we're all too fucking tall for the tunnels, but that was just absolute eye-opening. There were, you know, Guadalcanal was the first battle that everyone got there by ships to go fight on an island.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know, they travel from the other end of each side of the Pacific Ocean. They go down to this part, you know, and they go. There was something like 18 miles from where the Americans landed to where the Japanese landed. It was only like 18 miles.
Mhm.
And then they fought a 3-week offensive in the middle of this island. The Japanese were pushed back. They left their water supplies, they left ammunition, they left their rice, they left their wounded. The Americans found them. They didn't want to take a chance with the food or water because they didn't know if it had been contaminated deliberately.
Well, that would have been unfair. So
Still to this day,
Americans did the same thing to a cache they found.
sound a bit of trust issues.
Still to this day, if you were to go there, there's trees that have grown through what's left of tanks and landing craft and things like that. You could still find remnants of either from artillery shells, bits of aircraft, and or trucks. There is an absolutely massive Japanese memorial that was paid for, I think it was by the Americans at the time. And the Japanese didn't actually believe it until they sent some of their officials there. This was like not long before the 2000s that this memorial was built. And the Japanese didn't believe that the Americans had done this until they actually sent officials there, and they were gobsmacked that the Americans actually did all of this for the lost personnel of their enemy.
Any particular reason why the Japanese didn't build their own?
Because they never
Like
went
the
back.
Germans did in France?
They never went back.
Right.
They've never been back. There are from what I'm led to believe, I may be wrong, and please tell me if I'm wrong, there are no Japanese funded cemeteries and or memorial stones.
Right.
The Japanese
You mean outside
tried
of
to
Japan?
World
Yeah,
War
yeah, yeah.
II
Okay.
from the younger generations. It was never
From
taught to
Japan.
Because but it's like the German cemeteries in France. Like I can't remember I think the main German one in World War I is Langemark, I think, something like that. And the main one in Germany is oh God, I've had a mental blank. Can't remember. But their style of memorial is 100% different than the Americans. It's much more Germanic. It's a much more solemn sort of well, maybe not solemn. It's a lot more low key than what the
very
Americans are. Most of the memorials there's multiple people buried in each one, and they're beautiful cemeteries. They're nice cemeteries, but they're just completely a different style than what the American and the Commonwealth ones are. They're just totally, because they said, just do whatever you want with them. Basically, just you design your own cemetery, and they're awesome. But yeah, they're just totally different.
So it was a few years ago now that they released the details of the Japanese midget submarine off Sydney Heads and how a bunch of scuba divers had actually found it like so long ago, and they were sworn to secrecy. the Japanese didn't actually believe it was one of theirs until Australia went and gave them the proof that it was the one that they couldn't account for that attacked Sydney Harbour. And when those scuba divers had gone down and taken video evidence of it all, and then they went back with all the diagrams and stuff of what the submarine could have been, only then the Japanese accepted that it was one of theirs. And that,
The boys on HMAS Cuttable don't get much recognition at all.
no. And it's the Australians that nominated it as a war grave, not the Japanese.
Gentlemen. One blast bag.
That's very phallic.
Okay, who's next?
Don't they have one? Didn't they have one big one that went all over across the whole three, or is
No,
just individual?
all individual.
Oh, okay.
All individual.
Right.
So yeah, well, that's how that works. So yeah, I'll be moving on.
Each barrel has an individual blast bag, Jeffro.
Yeah, okay. I always thought,
It's not one blast, they'll be them all. So
Triple current,
Okay.
quad current. They're all single blast bags.
right, is that just an alloyed thing, or is that for all battleship main turrets?
all battleship main turrets, because each barrel
Yeah.
fires individually.
Right.
Yeah. It's where I sneeze. Yes, yeah, absolutely.
I bet you the Donald Trump battleship will be different, though.
Oh, don't even go there.
Let's talk about something else. Ethel nominates Montgomery and El Alamein, and I agree that it is a big moment.
Yeah.
And
Oh, so we are allowed to go World War One then.
No, World War II.
World War II. I think
Well,
Jeffro was just using the graves as an example.
Yeah. Just the way that they designed their cemeteries.
Well, if it has to be World War II, I'm gonna have to. I can't. No, it's got to be the Dakota Trap.
Okay. Explain, Mr. Spock.
Whoa! You can't use that kind of language here. SJ's in the house.
All right.
I mean, what is it, Bill?
We had
besides the obvious.
Contingent of national servicemen that were thrown into the cauldron of fire and told to hold the Imperial Japanese Army back.
Thanks, SJ.
And they did. They suffered badly. They suffered horribly, but they held them back long enough that the AIF actually had a chance to come and back them up. And then we pushed them back into the fucking ocean.
Hey, have you got any-
what we felt.
Sorry, Bill. Have you got any days like photos from your days in past? And James, have you got the same?
Potentially.
I sent a
Maybe.
few to me. Like, my kids have seen them all, but they haven't seen them in years. And I sent a few to them. They're going, "Wow, you were so young." I went, "Fuck, if you want to keep that up, you won't live longer than when you saw me in the photo." Yeah, I was like, I think I was 18. Yeah. Did you know it was our 125th anniversary or something? I'm like, shit. I was there for the 75th.
Back in January.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not what I'm after.
Uh,
I don't know, because Like we're going back to the days when shit wasn't digital.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it wasn't digital.
Okay.
I
So
had
we've
pulled
heard
up yet.
from Bilge, me,
Dom,
Jeffro,
just Dom.
James. Paul, did you chime
Paul
in?
hadn't said anything.
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh yeah, he did.
You
Yeah.
did. Okay.
just
I
Dominic.
I play not today.
You don't play any time.
No, I have
You don't
no
play
idea
well
what
with
you're
others, do
talking
you,
about.
Dom?
You're talking
Okay.
over history, and I have no idea of history. Dus
Okay.
Do you
Well,
have
they're up.
anything, Dom, from your country during World War II that has significant value to your country?
I have no idea.
So Dom's only young, remember?
Okay.
Okay. Then, Jason, I think you're the last one on screen then.
No,
Okay,
I said Battle of Britain, mate. I met with SJ all the
Okay,
way.
that's right. That's right. And we've got people contributing from the comments. Let's see. What do we got? Like I said, Ethel nominated El Alamein in Montgomery. Sarah Jane was The Battle of Britain, best film ever, and had a family friend who took part in it. Plus, it's Spitfires and Henkels. What's not to like? Also, Hurricanes. Sarah Jane. Don't forget about Hurricanes.
What? No, they didn't participate.
They outnumbered
They were there.
3-1.
According to history books, they were there. That doesn't mean they won it for us, okay?
And a hurricane in the hands
Don't
of
forget who you're talking to, Jim.
Pardon me?
Jim? Yeah,
I'm listening.
listen to Jeffro.
What aircraft did we have before Britain decided to allow us to have the wonderful aircraft that the buffer speaks of?
The most
The Kitty
amazing
Hawk.
aircraft.
Buffalo.
Greatest.
Well,
Kitty Hawk.
Boomerang.
when did we get Kitty Hawks, though? It wasn't until after 41, though, was it?
No, we had them
Came over here to
fairly
Gimsville.
early because the Americans were
No, they were
phasing them
there
out
at the time.
fairly early.
Yeah,
Because they were training
there
in
during
them.
The Darwin reign.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that was
I'm
The
pretty sure
P-48.
we were the last country to see anything of any good value because we were classed as the arse end of the world.
Well, we were at the arse end of the world.
But we haven't moved.
We were the
And the
last
Spit-
to see anything.
Yeah, the Spitfires we've got, like the Spitfire, the VC Spitfire that we got. It was cropped and clapped out. Was the description given it to it by our pilots.
well, everything was. If it wasn't for the Yanks bringing everything over here to us, we really wouldn't have finished up with much.
Yeah,
But we
It
gave
wasn't
them the
until we-
choice.
and
if it
Victor.
wasn't for the boys on
And the
Dakota
Victor Moa.
Trail, it
And we
probably
gave the
would have
bomb
taken
scope.
longer.
Not that I know how to use it.
Got soap on a rope.
Yeah, they like the Italians like the Pope on a rope. But anyway, we won't go down that road.
I'm pretty sure if the Japanese had taken Moresby and done what they wanted, done what they wanted to do,
Yep.
the
Yep.
American
Darwin would have been
supply
next.
line would have been severely hurt. Anyway, I won't go there anymore. I'll shut up now.
Does anybody know what plane won the entire World War II? The Spitfire.
All right. It's
P-51 Mustang.
No, please don't swear at me.
it's
No, really. And
into
it
this.
had a part.
Okay.
It had the heartbeat of a Spitfire. Otherwise, it wouldn't have got off the ground.
The Finns loved them, Jumbo. Brewster Buffalo.
Brewster Buffalo. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Finns loved them.
Yeah.
I'm not saying trying to
Yeah,
seem
the
like I'm over the
Finns,
top here or anything.
The
But I
Finns
believe
wound
the
up,
Spitfire- I believe the Spitfire won World War One and the Boer War. Just saying.
now change hands.
See, this is why we don't always. This is why we don't always answer you when you say things.
Yeah.
Did I ask for an answer? No, I was just stating historical facts.
Hysterical facts.
Historical, mate. I believe the Spitfire was a solution to the Cold War as well.
I think it was the cause of the Cold War.
No, World War III breaks out.
So damn
Everybody's
jealous
getting out
of
of
you
money.
British and I should say you Commonwealth folks and your Spitfires. You wound up giving them the engine that powered the MiG-15.
Yep.
The MiG-15 based its power off a Mark I Spitfire.
Mark
They
One
did a bit of
Spitfire.
research and they worked it out. But
Okay. You know what? I think if I remember
Okay, Jason.
one of the
Jason, see-
treatment methods for people who are borderline insane is to humor them.
no, not truly. My pet
Totally
rabbit over
wrong.
here is definitely the greatest. But no, I just think it's the greatest aircraft ever in the world. And the greatest few words ever spoken were, never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few.
That was the worst Winston Churchill impression I've ever heard in my
I wasn't
life.
trying to impress him,
You know,
impersonate him.
he's half American, you know.
The greatest quote ever. And it
Yeah.
was, I nearly cry every time I hear it because I think about those guys. I mean, from all conflicts, but particularly that moment in time. 4-1 up against,
He was in the right place at the right time.
I bet you the pilots wouldn't have been.
When it got to the end of the war, he was pretty
He was
much
voted out of office in a landslide election. Yeah.
there was a conversation between him and Eisenhower, and he was at that moment he sort of thought, I'm getting edged out here, and he just sort of thought to himself, well, I don't think I'm going to have a future here anymore, and he just got basically shuffled off.
He wound up returning to the prime minister job in the 50s.
I just sent you an email, Jason.
Is it a picture of the Wright brothers looking at a Spitfire going, oh, we could make one of them?
My personal favorite speech of Churchill's was the
Hey,
end of the beginning speech.
I've been to where Louis Blériot landed in England near Dover, and
Well,
that was long
he
before the
pulled in.
Spitfires were thought of.
He actually pulled in. Yeah, that's where he was having a bit of a look. He's going, oh, look at that. Oh, look at you.
Mon Dieu.
Holy
That's
shit,
That's
mate.
Yeah,
You got
Mon
a-
Dieu.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
That's a few years
I
ago.
give you the
Oh.
Ducks nuts.
Sarah Jane
I'm very absolutely.
I heard it was very hard to
So
land on the
true.
moon with that narrow track undercarriage.
Yeah, they bounced a bit.
Yeah.
The Spitfire actually got rid of the flat Earth policy, and has been known to invent modern railroads as well.
Excuse me.
So,
All right, Jason.
ready, ladies and gentlemen? Are you ready? Are you all sitting down, tissues in hand?
Marilyn
Sitting
Monroe
comfortably.
killed herself because she heard they weren't making Spitfires anymore.
Secretly, we are. I welcome to the stage this gentleman here. How good is that?
Now,
Oh.
do you know which one's which, Jason?
Guess whose mum's got a whirlpool?
I don't see you wearing a tie there. What's going on there?
It's probably too hot.
Wow. It's just, you just so
Or-
used to be in the kitchen.
Or the neckerchiefs.
Is that the new president of the Australia?
No, we don't have presidents here, Dom. Prime Ministers, Dom.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah,
you
we're
know,
not
fantastic.
impressed. We're not impressed by him either, Dom.
yeah, you can have him if you want.
Yeah, you can have Uncle Albo. Mate,
Al- Elbow overseas.
Those
Um,
are
that's-
James.
Oh,
I
sorry.
thought the same thing, Sarah.
Uh,
Yes, Jim.
I was going to say those medals. Can you explain them? I mean, like
Certainly can.
what they represent, and who they're from?
SJ wants to know that questions before you go.
Why they buy the
James.
what other toilets are we meant to use, Sarah Jane? You haven't used the disabled toilet.
I'll blow you up here, James.
All right, so starting from the darker green one close to the middle of my chest area, so to everyone's left, that's the Australian Active Service Medal from East Timor with the East Timor clasp. I went there in the year 2000. The next one, the light blue, white, green with the red stripe, that's the campaign medal for East Timor. And then the next one beside that, that's the Australian Service Medal that I got for going to Bougainville and the Solomon Islands for, yeah. Then the next one was the Operational Service Medal because they like to change the names of things. And that was for fisheries, border protection, illegal boat peoples and all the shit like that. Then the blue and yellow one, or that's nicknamed the Parramatta Medal.
It's the greatest medal you can achieve.
Did you get one?
I donated mine to science.
Right, along with your Spitfire. So you get that one for 15 years of continuous service, and then for every 5 years afterwards, you would get a class with that one. And the red and white one on the end was also known as the Coca-Cola Medal because everyone got one after 4 years of service.
It actually looks like a manly one.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's why
maybe.
everybody gets one.
But yeah, so
You look
that's
fantastic, mate.
yeah. So yeah,
Thanks, Darren.
Sarah
All right.
going probably 5 kilos lighter.
Yeah,
well,
mate, you look
thank
bloody
James.
dashing. You look bloody awesome there, mate. Well done.
And someone was just raiding the ice tray.
Yeah, I could. I was.
Was that
I
the
was,
big Timor conflict, James, or the other?
Yeah,
Timor?
Yeah, so that was the one that Australia went to go and help free Timor from Indonesia.
Because
from
my half
1999.
brother served in the Timor conflict. He
Yeah.
was AIF, and he won't speak of it. And there is no. The government won't speak of it, if you know what I mean. The conflict he
Yeah,
served
right.
in.
Oh, because nothing happened there.
Look, you know, I got a
No, because apparently really bad shit happened, and a lot of higher ups made a lot of mistakes where a lot of innocents.
people turned around at the start and said that it was going to, I say a walk in the park. It should be easy, this campaign. We're only stopping the Indonesians from retaliating against the people that want to become independent from them. They won't do anything because they don't have the weapons and they don't have the balls. And then so when some
Then they grew some.
Aussies
Oh, they
started,
had them. The Indonesians have got them. Don't worry.
we were giving them to them. Like, you know, then they're going, oh shit. Well, that wasn't in our bloody in our matrix of risk assessment. You know,
They have
God
guns.
forbid. Yeah. That's right.
They're reading
and
from the wrong playbook.
their special forces trained with ours.
Yeah,
Um,
nothing to see here, folks.
they had old patrol boats that we gave them. They had helicopters that we gave them. They had, yeah. So, you know, they really did. It was a bit of a clusterfuck from the top. And the
You know
guys,
that the Australian Defence Force would never put you in harm's way.
that's exactly bloody right. Just ask them.
Yep.
That,
You know,
they'll tell you from a safe distance away and get all the accolades.
Yeah, the comms have come through. It's good to go, boys.
Yeah.
Nothing to
So,
see here in Australia.
I got myself in shit when we
No,
got
way.
back to Darwin because
No way.
when we got presented with our medals, actually no, sorry, we hadn't yet. I told the captain of my ship that I don't think I'd wear them because I didn't do anything. So I got a CO's warning from him for
Subordination.
Well, yeah.
Well, insubordination.
But it's like, but that's how I feel. He goes, well, if you weren't doing your job, it wouldn't have led to others doing theirs, etc. And the ball rolls on and all that other shit. So, but yeah,
Did you tell him that he should take something out of his mouth?
yeah.
See you, David.
See you, mate. Take care. Have a good
Good
night.
night.
Okay, David, take care. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for joining, big fella.
Hello, David.
Really
But
appreciate
yeah.
it.
So,
Oh, you little bastard.
and to be honest, I in one way I still kind of feel a bit like that because as a cook, we do the same thing day in, day out. It's the
beg to differ.
same.
It's an important job, mate.
I beg to
Yeah,
differ, mate.
and it's not always, well, within saying that, it's not always the same day in, day out because it's not just cooking. We do lots of other stuff as well. So, you know,
Cleaning.
but, oh, yeah. Putting Band-Aids on people's boo-boos,
Oh, you had a few
Um,
stakers turn up, did you?
manning the sea boats. Not that I did that.
I was actually gonna,
No.
you know, support him and say doing like, you know, damage control shit as well.
Yeah, you know, all that stuff as well. But,
You
you
know,
know,
When you're in GQ, you don't need cooks, but they can certainly fucking belt a wedge in a hole somewhere.
yeah. So,
James, let me ask you something.
yeah, mate.
This isn't to do with your service, but as a cook, you might have an idea about this. So I'm getting mixed reports about, well, this was about the American task force in the Middle East at the moment. What's the one? Is it the George W. Bush, I think, the one that have had all the toilet problems and the ones where they're eating
yeah.
tortillas and baked beans and shit like that. So I've read that when they go to sea, they've got enough food for months and months, and they get replenished all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, what's the turnaround before you have to go to the rear to resupply? Because I would have thought a ship of that size, even though there's like a crew of thousands, how long could you go anywhere without needing resupply?
Honestly,
I thought it would have to be longer than what they've been there.
yeah, but they'd been away from home for 10 months.
Yeah, but they would have been resupplied before then.
No.
Since then.
No.
No. So they started their deployment in the Atlantic Ocean initially, and then that went from there to the Mediterranean, and then they went from the Mediterranean to the Middle East, and then back to the Mediterranean, back to the Middle East. So the biggest thing is fresh fruit and vegetables, right? Because everything else can come out of a can or the freezer.
Yeah.
However, it's very hard. You have to plan things ahead. So, say on most of the time, the Australian Navy might try and stretch it out to up to 20 days between a resupply at sea,
Hang on. Okay.
unless they're going through a lot of fuel. So for food-wise, between 12 to 20 days. And so as the cookery department, you need to think ahead on where you might be to get resupplied. Either you're going into a port, visiting another port, or if you're getting resupplied by another ship, you need it in earlier because you don't know when that ship had left its port. So all the resupply ships, they could have been at sea even longer still. And so for them to get your food order, you would have had to have got it to them before they would have sailed, of which they wouldn't have done. They were resupplying you.
Because there was one that got sunk a few weeks ago, wasn't there? In the Red Sea somewhere. Didn't they sink one? They sunk a major resupply ship. They've got about 3 and they sunk one. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, they hit some refueling aircraft.
No, this was a whole ship. I can't remember what it was called.
Container ship, Jeffro. I think that's what went down recently.
Yeah. But it was a ship. It was carrying missiles and.
Oh yeah, I think that was like that. So the Americans, they run their logistics very different to us.
Yeah.
So their navy is crewed by sailors, soldiers, airmen, and marines. However, their resupply ships are commanded by civilians and are crewed by civilians. They'll have a senior Navy officer on board who does all the communications with the fleet, but they're all commanded by civilians. So that's why their names will start as USNS for United States Naval Ship instead of just USS.
Yeah.
And so they have different size oilers, and then they'll have that'll do just oil and water. That'll be it. And then they'll have other supply ships that'll do oil, water, aviation fuel, and stores, whether it's dry stores or food stores or engineering, etc. So they have many different classes of supply ships for different reasons. But I think that carrier you're talking about, it just got the you will go there and, you know, it'll be what it'll be. Now, I have seen some of those photos and some of the comments that I'd along with it, they're going, yeah, look, you know, was it just what someone was eating at the end of a meal period? Because if a whole dinner setting was just that, there would be an uproar. So that highly doubtful that was the whole meal. Probably
that's what I'm just wondering. But isn't that the ship? I know there was one ship which had to go all the way around the bottom of Africa to get around because they didn't want to face the Houthis, and so they had to go all the way around. I didn't want to go through the Mediterranean or somewhere like that. They had to go a long way around, and there were places they could resupply. And then I heard they had to go into one port in Crete or somewhere because they needed extensive repairs to their toilet system or something. And I thought, well, if they go anywhere near a port, well, they'd have to be resupplied at least to an extent.
No, not necessarily, because it depends on how much notice they have before going in. So that I'm sure that aircraft carrier last year actually had a collision with a container ship after coming out of the Suez Canal,
Suez Canal, yeah.
and it had to go in and get a bit welded back together because it put a big crack in there.
It had a
And
hole in the bucket.
Right.
it's also the one that had 2 F-18 Super Hornets shot down by
Yeah.
another American ship.
Right.
Whoops.
Oh, never heard of that one.
It also lost.
Lost the way there's ones in the Mediterranean.
Yep. So
Not a lot of luck, that ship, does it?
in that 10 months it's been away. Oh, it also had its captain sacked. The CEO of the ship got recalled back to the US. So it's had a massive trip, and I reckon probably 50% of that crew will probably would have had their discharge in for when they get back.
It sounds like it sounds like pretty awful planning. I mean,
Yeah.
considering
say
the
planning.
administration at the moment, and considering how many stupid decisions are being made and everything, you'd at least think on the logistics side, at least they'd be able to figure out something to get them out of all that,
Yeah.
So,
Well,
out of all those fuck ups they seem to be going through.
their priority, their one and only priority is to have those aircraft as close as possible to that area. That is it.
Yep.
Those aircraft carriers are already out of danger from missiles and drones because they sit about 200 nautical miles away from the coast.
I thought it was further. I thought it was about 1,000, 500
No.
or something.
No, that's too
Right.
far. Otherwise, their aircraft won't get there then.
What's that missile that the Iranians have got that can get that far? The Chinese missile they've got.
Yeah, so they say, but
the hoof one done.
Yeah.
there's lots of missiles the Chinese have said that they've got, and when the videos of said launches happens, they fall back to Earth. So,
Soviet. No, that's a North Korean drone.
well,
North Korean missile.
I think the Chinese
those-
aren't much better with some of them.
That's their special gravity powered missiles.
Yeah. That's right. It's attracted to Earth.
Yeah. Not those ones that go up into the stratosphere or something and do a U-turn and come back down.
That's right. So,
Yeah.
you
Well,
know,
they're very effective when they work.
Gentlemen, this is one blast bag done. Hang on if I can get some focus on it.
Oh, that looks
is
all right.
that actually material or is that blue tack?
That's
See you later, Ethel.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, yeah.
Apple.
Apple.
yeah, it's
Well,
all
you
there.
gave me a box of that.
Hey,
You gave me a box of that.
I certainly did. It's a very handy. It's very sticky. Wear gloves when you use it, but so yeah, there's a blast bag, boys and girls.
Well, you can
Okay.
also use water with it too to keep it from sticking to whatever you don't want it to stick to as well.
You can, but yeah, with. I mean, SJ is probably there going, no fucking way. Who's there doing it for him? But anyway, me. Yeah. I also drilled out every end of every barrel.
One down, 8 to go.
No. Yes, I stand corrected there. I was wondering where we're going, but
I was going to add another colour, but I'm not doing it.
yeah, but so that's where I'm at with those. I'm just going to keep plotting on one at a time. That's how I do it. Again, it's not mine, but I'd make my own the same way. I take my time, as you might have not heard of. But anyway, I know it's news to everybody in the chat that I take time.
Yeah, we know you take time to do a model.
You take lots of time. Lots
That's
of
right,
time.
Is the
and that's
outside
why.
finished?
And that's
Yeah,
how
but
you
this
end
is
up
going to
with
be a
results.
first, this one. He's actually going to finish this one.
That's how you end up with results like that. Thank you very
Very nice,
much.
Sarah Jane.
Yeah, you feel the compliments, and it's like, yeah, take it out. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's all good. But anyway, folks,
Yep, knock 'em down
down
a
to
couple
7 in
notches.
chat. Thank you for tuning in on Tuesday night for the build of this North Carolina. Really appreciate that. The likes and all that sort of stuff. I just thank you very much for supporting me. To everybody in chat, thanks for turning up tonight. We'll be here next Sunday. We've already answered Buddy Jim's question, everybody. So we have to.
Yeah,
I'd
that
like
was
to
that was
add,
a real success. I think you should consider real. Think long and hard next time you want to appoint me for something like this.
Oh, it's okay. We're going around. You'll get your turn again. Bilge, you're in charge of this week's, mate. For next weekend. And yeah, SJ Gold Crown. Bilge, can you come up with a question for next week? Email me, and I will pass it on to the group. I went through this experience last week.
What?
I don't know.
And Jim just laughed at you.
Well, I didn't laugh. I didn't laugh,
In
Jeffro.
your personal thoughts, what was your most honourable battle of World War II?
Most honorable.
I don't know what it could be.
Well, it wouldn't be anywhere in the Pacific, that's for sure.
But anyway, we'll go.
Hmm.
Jim's was a great one.
I guess
SJ.
Thank you.
obviously Rolf's Drifter's out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's second
Hang on.
world. Yeah,
Dom's got his.
Second
Dom's.
world.
Hang on.
No,
Dom's showing.
Okay, hang on. Let me elaborate a little bit. Okay.
Hang on, Bilge.
Honourable battle, which means you either went down honourably or you fought
Oh,
honourably.
that's the ICM car. Dom, that's that ICM kit you just recently
Yes.
reviewed.
It's out of focus, Dom.
Looks great.
It's great work, mate.
That's that's good, Dom, as always.
Yeah.
Don't
He's
expect
good.
any less.
Yeah, just yeah, you
I need to
Okay.
weather a little bit more the walls.
Somebody's
Yeah.
thrown some shit up on the roof.
looks good. Yeah, I guess autumn. It's in the autumn, huh? Dom, is that when this is taking place?
Yes.
But the leaves are a bit green, aren't they?
Yeah.
I've just fallen.
They don't fall if they're green.
Well, they do if you hit the tree hard enough.
Perhaps it's got a disease. Maybe the
Oh.
tree rockers have been through.
Humanity.
Anyway,
What-
Bilge.
What,
Bilge.
so could that be sides treating each other honourably if there's such a thing?
In your opinion, an honourable battle, be it defeat or success.
Okay,
Okay, got mine.
I've got an idea.
I'll have to think about this because I can't think of anyone right now. I mean, it definitely wouldn't be the 12th SS Canadians.
I got one. Yep, I got a good one.
All right, well, we'll hold it for next week then. Okay,
Yeah.
Jason, back to you.
Mine's
Hang
not
on,
a battle,
hang
it's an incident.
I've already got mine.
Yeah, mine's kind of an incident. Mine's an incident in the middle of a battle.
We're supposed to answer them next week.
They fought well, but nobody come home.
No, I mentioned Raw Strip, Sarah. No, they didn't go for it.
It doesn't count. No, sorry. WW2, the big one.
Made a
Jason,
cracking
back to
movie
you.
though.
Righto. Well, we are 2:20. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. To everybody in chat, again, have a safe week. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. May you have great health. And we shall see you all with our crazy faces. Some of you on Tuesday night and everybody else Sunday. Adios. Take care. It's all good. Catch us later.
Bye,
See you,
everyone.
everyone.
Good night.
Everybody,
Bye.
bye.